Welcome to Active Recovery Sunday. Come to an easy seat. If your hips are tight like mine, perhaps propping yourself up on a block. Cross the legs and sit up nice and tall, grounding down through the sit bones and reaching up through the crown of the head. Draw the shoulders back and down, and we're going to take some deep breaths together, letting go of any distractions, coming into this moment, into our bodies, into our hearts and minds. So we're going to do a 4-count or 4-part breath. Inhale deeply to a count of 4 on your fingers or in your mind. Hold the breath for 4 counts at the top. Exhale for 4. Hold the breath for 4 breaths at the bottom after you empty out. And continue that cycle, creating depth and space in your breath, bringing in healing, new energy, getting rid of stale energy in the body. It goes inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, complete exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold again, 2, 3, 4. You can continue with this breath, or maybe come into a breath of fire. We're going to take a deep inhalation and then start these little exhales through the nose, powerfully forcing the navel towards the spine. And then completely exhale, and do that a few cycles. You can just count to 10 or 20, whatever you feel up for. This really nourishes, fires the core. A great way to reduce stress and boost brain function. And then let's inhale and reach the arms up to sky. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Draw the elbows towards the sky, stretching the shoulders, length down the sides. Exhale, cat the back, and start to circle around, forward and around. Couple times in each direction. Just move organically, primal, whatever feels good for you. We'll drop over to our left hand and let that ear hit the shoulder very heavy. Reach the right arm up and over the head. And we're going to push the shoulder down and sink into it a few times. Sink and push. Elevation and depression. Again, just moving in a way that feels good. Then grab the head and take it to the other side, to your right ear, with just a little bit of weight, really just letting gravity take over as you draw the right ear towards right shoulder. Come on back, sit up nice and tall. I'm going to take that chin forward and back a couple times. You're trying to create a double chin, strengthening the neck muscles. Drop your right hand, heavy head sinks ear to shoulder. And just let the shoulder sink here. Nod, shake. Left arm extends overhead, elbow drawing towards the sky, and then push the shoulder down and sink into it a few times. You can be on your fingertips if that's more comfortable. Deep breathing, grab the head and gently draw it over to the left now, allowing gravity to take over with that heavy hand. We're going to release that, bring the arms overhead and twist towards your right. Left hand grabs outer thigh, maybe the fingertips reach behind you. Inhale, straighten the spine, exhale, twist. Other way. Turning towards your left, right hand grabs outer thigh, sit up nice and tall on your inhale, and exhale, see if you can deepen the twist. Come on back to center, and then just take your head to one side and the other, looking left and right, using strength of your neck to take you there. Up and down, really mindfully, not just swinging the neck around. Up and down, and maybe some neck circles here. Inhale the arms up, palms to heart center. Circle the wrists towards you. And then cactus the elbows up and down. Reach up, pry the elbows backwards, like you're pulling through water. Close and open a few times. Chest press. Little cat-cow while you're doing that, some arm circles. And you're just moving in a way that feels good for your body. We're going to come into a seated straddle. If you have blocks, you can remove them. Sit, open the legs to a comfortable place. Doesn't have to be too deep. Keep one block with you and set it up right in front of you on any setting. You can make it nice and high if you know your hamstrings and inner thighs are tight. And then we'll just work on lowering down and lifting a little hip hinge forward halfway or to wherever you can get to tap your block if you can and lift, using your core and your back, and then melting into the block if you can reach it. Flex those toes backwards, knees up, and then just work into it, whether that's little movements of tightening and releasing, just the breath moving. Also, think about engaging your quads and releasing. Take a side bend stretch. Left hand towards left toes, reach the right arm up and over. Stacking shoulders and ribs, breathing, and then spinning the heart down. Forward fold. Now your shoulders are aligned and square. Other way, stretching to your right. Right elbow can bend. Try and reach the left arm up and over. It doesn't have to reach those toes. Feel the side body. And then fold into it, taking a flat back, even if you're propped up on the fingertips or hands. Shoulders are now square. Keep the legs still active. Take both hands behind the back and take another fold. Then we're going to try to bind the hands behind the back, squeezing shoulder blades together, pulling the arms gently towards the sky, maybe wiggling. Maybe your chest meets your block. And set the block aside. Bring your feet forward, staff pose to forward fold. Bend and straighten the knees, reaching the heart forward, and then coming out of it. Hands back on the mat, bend the knees, step on the feet, swing the hips up to reverse tabletop. Fingertips can be outward slightly, and you're pushing the shoulders down, lifting the heart up. Swing back, have a seat to forward fold. Exhale. Inhale deeply. And then come on back up and do it again. Exhale, swing the hips up, reverse tabletop. So active glutes, active hamstrings. We're going to turn the left hand back, reach the right arm over the head, little crab reach. Single hand now. Gaze down, swing your left knee under your left hip, and take it into a modified side plank stretch. Top arm reaches up and threads through the open space. Thread the needle. Lift up, stretch into gate pose towards extended leg. You can move back and forth a couple of times. Okay, opening up the shoulders and side body. Hip hinge forward, sitting back on the heel. Use your hands to then sit back. Pressing your foot into your inner thigh, take another stretch over to your right. Step on that left foot, grab the ankle and side bend stretch again, perhaps a little deeper, that hip can lift. Come back to crab reach where this all began and switch sides. Lift up, left arm is going to lift and reach over the head. Squeeze the booty up. Proud chest. Swing the right knee down under the hip. Modified side plank. Stretch the arm up and thread through the open space and back up. And then start to move lateral side to side from gate pose to that modified side plank. A couple of times, staying in any sticky spots, breathing through. Hip hinge down, have your seat. Press your hands down, swing that right foot to inner thigh and side bend to your left. Maybe right fingers reach toes. Step on the right foot, grab the ankle, and then side bend again. The hip can lift, and maybe you'll have a better chance at reaching those left toes. Swing the right foot forward, come into Navasana, boat pose. Deep breath in. Then step on the feet, lift the hips to malasana. We're going to swing the right knee down and pry the knees apart. Swing the left knee, internally rotate, and then open. Now, pistol squat. Step on the left, right foot comes forward, step forward to this little duck lunge, elbows high, palms meet at the base of the neck. Come back, slowly swing back onto the heel if you can. Switch sides, left leg pistol. Charge forward, keeping the back toes tucked. Hands meet, elbows high and proud. And then gently swing back, trying not to fall. Malasana, back to your boat pose. Maybe extending those toes towards sky. Proud heart. Malasana, use your hands if you need to chair pose Utkatasana. Walk your feet slightly closer together, hip distance. Sit back in your imaginary chair, hips behind knees, and drive up. Bind the hands behind the back. Uttanasana, forward bend with chest expansion. Squeeze shoulder blades and see if you can gently tug those hands forward over the head. We're going to release the arms here. Let them float down to the base of the neck. Bind and just gently let gravity take over. Head heavy, swinging side to side, maybe half circles around the feet. Bend the knees deeply and then work back to straightening them. Elbows wide, forward fold. Elbows narrow, deep squat. Elbows wide, fold. Elbows narrow, sit. As deep as you can. Open, forward fold. Squeeze the elbows towards each other, sit, and then stay in your forward fold. Grab your opposite elbow now. Continue to dangle. We're just creating a lot of space in the spine, the neck, and the hamstrings. Plant the hands down, step the feet back, one and then the other, down dog. Then look forward and step forward. Do it a few times, alternating feet. Step back, back. Step forward, forward, as far as you can. Step back, back, downward facing dog. Step forward towards the wrists or in between the hands. Jump back, down dog. Swivel the hips from side to side. Bend your knee and twist it underneath the body a few times. Then lift your right leg, knee to sky, bend the knee. Square it out. Right leg behind left leg, cross the ankles and swing the hips through to where it feels okay, and then push right back up. Bend the knee, open the hip, knee to sky. Square, cross it over the left ankle, lower the hips, and lift the hips. Right leg up, knee to nose, this time step through. Hands on quad, open up the chest. Inhale, reach the arms over the head. Exhale, swing the left hand back, tap that left ankle, and rotate forward to half split, moving through that sequence. Low lunge, swing back, half camel, swing forward, half split. Exhale. Again, swing back, tap your heel if you can, heart to sky. Swing forward, frame foot, shift hips back, half split. Open up the right arm, twisting half split, stack shoulders, and then carefully try to turn it into a lunge. You might have to wiggle your hands and toes apart a little bit. Dropping the hip, bend the back knee, reach for the top of the foot. If it's there for you, hug it in and push it out. Stretching the quad and hip flexor deeply, and the right knee can be opening out to the right external rotation of the hip, peeling onto the knife edge of the foot. Release back through that half camel. We're going to try to wiggle the right foot back, knees meet, camel, side stretch. Then step the right foot back where it came from. Tricky balance. It's okay if you skip that. Half split one more time. Then place the hands down. Knees meet, belly lands for cobra. Pry the heart open. Cobra rolls. Roll up and down the spine. Rounding and arching. Right ear to mat. Inhale up, exhale left ear to mat. Inhale up. Press the hands by the chest and then push yourself into downward facing dog. This time the left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip, square the hips, stack the left foot over the right ankle, lower the hips. Push downward facing dog. Left knee to sky, bend the knee, straighten, cross the ankles, lower the hip. Heart proud, exhale, down dog. Left leg up. Knee to nose, step through. Low lunge. Reach those arms up to sky as you inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands down, shift back for half split. You can tuck the back toes under and then reach back for your half camel. Right hand maybe taps heel or ankle. Cartwheel forward, half split. Left hip back, right hip forward. Cartwheel back, half camel. Cartwheel forward, half split. Flex the toes, heart and gaze forward. Cartwheel back, heart to sky, half camel. Deep breathing here. Inhale, reach the arms forward, half split. Exhale. Twisting half split, left hand up, stack shoulders, drop that left hip. Try to step on the front foot, maybe wiggle your toes back, low lunge with a twist, maybe rolling onto the knife edge of the left foot and trying to grab the right foot, outside grip, hugging the heel in and kicking the toes out. Release the hold of the back foot. Cartwheel the hand forward. Shift back onto the heel, right hand to right heel, and then try to balance and bring the knees to meet for camel. Right back out, left foot steps back. Lean to the right knee and stretch back to low lunge. Cartwheel the hands forward. Shift back for half split. Hands back under shoulders, slip the left knee back, slide the hips forward for a rolling cobra again, or upward facing dog to child's pose. Sit back on the heels, stretch the arms forward, maybe wiggle the hips and shoulders. Take a deep breath in. As you swing the right arm up and thread under for thread the needle. That left hand can lift, can cross behind the back, can expand over the head and press into the earth, continuing to stack the shoulders. Perhaps exploring some quick shapes. And then the top hand is going to press you out of it, press down, peel out. Keep the right hand lifted, left knee slips through for pigeon pose. Now you can walk your foot back, square your hips. Inhale, heart shines up. Exhale, forward fold. Perhaps to the forearms or dropping all the way in. Moving through active pigeon, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, float the hips for a moment, and then swing the right foot forward. It can cross over or just stay where it is under the knee. Left tricep hooks, gentle twist to the right. Step on the right foot, open the left to triangle pose, Trikonasana. Try to straighten the knees, stack hips and shoulders. Bend into the front knee, widen your stance, warrior two, reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, hands frame front toes, chaturanga to the mat. Cobra, inhale. Heart proud, shoulders back and down. Exhale, child's pose. Left hand lifts, tabletop, thread the needle. Stack shoulders, right hand can lift, float over the head, behind the hip, or just reaching forward, using that hand for leverage to twist you deeper. Press your right hand under your shoulder, right knee slips through, pigeon pose. Adjust accordingly and drop into a fold. active pigeon. Tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, elevate the hips. Have a seat, swing the left foot forward, maybe crossing over the right. Twist towards your left. Look forward, step on the left foot, right foot back, triangle pose. Stack shoulders, stack hips. Bend into front knee, wiggle toes back, warrior two. Pull the arms in opposition and then flip your proud or reverse warrior. Both arms reach back, both hands frame front toes, step back, chaturanga. Belly lands, right ear to mat, palms up and back by your hips. Take a breath into the back body. Gaze forward, bend the right knee, left hand reaches for top of right foot. Kick into it and release. Left ear down, look to the right. Breathe into the back body. Left knee bends, right hand grabs top of right foot. Charge the heart and toes up. And release. Hands by chest, upward facing dog, exhale. Downward facing dog, shake the head out. Take a deep breath in. Our only jump, bend the knees, jump forward to malasana. Have a seat, stretch the legs out in front of you and use your abdominals to roll yourself back one vertebra at a time. Get comfortable on your mat for shavasana. Settle in, maybe take the ear side to side, whatever you need to do, and then come into stillness. Releasing any tension in the face, forehead, eyebrows, jaw, and tongue. Taking a body scan from head to toe. Giving your mind and body time to repair through all that hard work. Thank you so much for joining me for 7 days of yoga. I'll see you soon.